Okay, first of all, I'm starting this recording. I'm on my second floor layout because my roof that I'm going to be creating is on top of my second floor walls. So I'm using those walls as a reference. I'm going to use my select similar tool. In using my select similar tool, I want to go up to my preferences. I don't actually have any interior walls, but I want to select my wall style. Oh, it won't let me do that just because of my resolution. But I have this wall style selected so that if I did have interior walls, I can just click on these walls and it selects only my exterior walls. Okay, so there's all those settings in my select similar preferences. You can play around with those. I have up in my object info palette, it says 18 walls. Now with them selected, I go up to my AEC menu, I go create roof. And I'm this Eve profile, this is a graphical image with all these settings represented here. So if, for instance, I want to see what this does, I can easily select horizontal and it shows me what that means. If I don't know, I can easily just look and see. So I do want a double Eve profile. My vertical, it's going to do its own calculations. So right now I'm just going to put in a clean number though. So I want 9.25. My bearing inset, it's used my wall thickness. So this is number 4, and I can see number 4 is up here and it's showing my wall thickness. It's used the wall thickness of the walls that I've selected to calculate this bearing inset. My roof pitch, I don't want an angle, I want an actual roof pitch, so I'm going to go 5 and 12. My bearing height, now if I was just doing this on the same layer as my walls and I needed the roof to then be above my height of my walls, then I would want to put my bearing height in here. But we've set all our elevations in our layers and our stories, so I don't actually want any bearing height here. I'm going to do a 2-foot overhang. Now, vertical cut, whole cut's fine. This is like if you're putting like a skylight in, if it's going to be vertical or splayed or square. You can choose that, but I'll just leave it vertical. My layer, now this is important because I'm currently on my second floor layout. If I don't have a bearing height, I need to make sure I put it on my correct layer. Class roof main. Now before I go any further, I can do this, specify what type of roof assembly. So I want to do this sloped wood structural with rigid deck, insulation, and cavity and asphalt shingle. So I'm going to select that. I can convert it to unstyled if I wanted to. My roof preferences will take me into my roofing assembly, and I can edit it there if I want to. And create accessories. So I can just turn on if I want an attic, a soffit, a fascia, and the settings for each of those. Yes. You can modify these after as well. So my fascia height, I will do 7.25. And my width, that's really thick. I'm going to hit OK. Okay, I want to retain my original objects. I don't think I deleted my original roof, so I'm just going to hit OK and see what happens. So I'm going to go to my roof layout. There it is. And it's calculating. I think there is 2 there. Let me just, yes, there's 2 there. Okay, so, but that's what happens. Now, with my roof, so I can see I'm on roof layout. If I select my roof, up in object info palette, it says roof class main, roof layout. I can make sure that it's sitting on top of my walls. Now with this too, in playing with our story heights, we did set our roof story to 20 feet. So we actually want to make sure it's at 19 feet, so we can easily make those adjustments. Now, originally this was a hip roof. With my roof selected, it gives me all of these object handles, and I can click. It shows me that little finger picker, and I can change this if I want this to be an eave. This is going to be my hip roof now. 5 and 12. And this is just changing it back to a hip roof. Now, if I want this to be a gable roof, so this is originally how the roof looks. So you can see it's a hip roof all around. I can click on this handle, for instance, on this end object handle, and I want to make this a gable. It shows wall thickness here, and I can show this wall, or I can just do this at 0 and hit OK. Now this is going to turn this hip roof into a gable roof. Now it gives me this gable end with a different finish and texture than my walls. So what I can do is select the wall. So I need to make sure I'm on my second floor layout, and I want to show my roof. I can select this wall, and there's different ways of doing this. I can go with the wall selected. I can go up to AEC, fit walls to objects, and I want to constrain the tops of the selected walls to objects on my roof layout. And I'm going to hit OK. And okay, it didn't like that. So I'm going to select it again, fit. Am I selected the right wall?
All other 3 would open.
That is.
The back of my car. What? From my car was right before me. Very much so. Scratch off my windows because they're all frozen. And I pulled the driver. I haven't used it in 2 days.
Did I? Okay, that's being temperamental. I don't know why right now. I'm not gonna. There's another way of doing it though. So I can also double click my wall. And by double clicking it, I get these extra object handles, and I can see there's this reshape walls mode. So I can easily add a vertex and bring this up.
I gotta add some like texture to
Yes.
Oh, my stuff.
Oh, I think what's happening is this gable. Oh, there we go. So now I have my gable wall, and it goes all the way to the underside of my roof, actually to the top of my roof, I think in this case, which is fine. So 2 ways of doing it, either selecting wall, AEC, fit walls to objects, make sure you're specifying what layer those objects are on, or I could double click on my wall and add a vertex and create a peak, a gable peak for that wall.